Oh, hey guys. So this video is going to be a little late this week. Just a wee bit. I got distracted at home. That's all that happened pretty much. And I was wanting to do this last night, get it up in the morning, but I got out of the house a little too late. Ended up getting tired. So you'll get it when you get it, this one. So I did 2 loads this week, and I pretty much debated, because, alright, let's jump into the future. I was going to end up in Denver, right? Thursday. So I debated Thursday morning, early, grab it and run, finish up the week, even just to cover, well, because I already profited so much that week, right? So really, like, if I just got extra $800, $700, that's like a $3,000 profit, right? So I just debated on just grabbing that, just going over to Boise or Salt Lake City, something like that, right? And then just swinging to the house from there. Well, on top of the health issues that I've now recovered from, but I was still having off and on symptoms at that point. I said, fuck it, I'm just gonna go home. So I went home for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and left halfway through Sunday. So I spent like 3.5 days at home pretty much. So, not as much revenue this week as I could have got. I did give up some revenue, but it won't affect next week too much either. I'm only going to get 1 trip in next week. I already got it, and it's fucking hot as fuck up here. I would have the windows down, but multiple reefers here. Guys idling next to me. So, whatever. This should be coming off December. Not allowed to do it till then, but yeah. This spot right here is fucking bugging the shit out of me. Alright, so let's get into it. Oh, and my load board decided to just break itself, so it needed, like, this load, the first load was not my load. I didn't pick this load. This load was, somebody helped me out getting this load. Alright, so this load picked up in Medford, Wisconsin, going to Florida, right? 2-stopper, Jacksonville, Baldwin, Florida. I also don't like how much this load was for. I feel you could have got more. This is right after the hurricane, pretty much, right? So got it for $4,000. My cup was 35.20. Deadhead was 179 miles. Loaded 1390. Total 1569 for 224 a mile. It was Marathon Cheese. I like that place. I've been there plenty of times on my own. Going to Publix and CNS. Brookroad, Scotland, 35 degrees continuous, 30K. Wasn't a bad load. You probably could have gotten another $500 on that. Considering the East Coast, going south from the East Coast, was paying $5 to $6 a mile. So remember, it was right after the hurricane. Like when I went down there, seems to be there was still people from Nashville. I have never seen so many people heading south with Florida plates. Like, so people were still kind of heading home. But I don't remember anything that happened on that load. I guess that's a good sign. Alright, so reloaded. Oh yeah, I did head out of Florida. Because it was Monday, so I dropped that load off Monday, right? This is from the 10, 11 through 18th when my weekend did, right? So 19th is technically the Friday. This is the 18th. I didn't like the Florida loads. There were like 6 loads, like literally 6 fucking loads, and 80 cents. I did it out. So like I'm gonna run for 80 cents. I want to get as much fucking more north as I'm trying to get. I was trying to go back up the Wisconsin, Illinois area, right? Didn't happen. So, and then at that, my pretty much my point was now just get as much roast to finish the week. So I can't really, I can't get set up to finish good day runs. I was even trying to get to Tennessee, right? So I said, fuck it. I am just going to go to Colorado. So I just picked up just west of Savannah in Claxton, Georgia. So it wasn't like too much deadhead, right? Like honestly, it wasn't that much a deadhead. $2,500 is what it paid because it went from Claxton to Commerce, so Denver. My cut was $2,200. Deadhead 149. Total or loaded 1608. Total 1757 for $1.25. Right. quite a bit more anywhere near Florida. I was not getting anywhere near that in Florida. Like, that was a pretty big chunk. And honestly, the way I look at it, it's like that $4,000 would have paid for pretty much my whole week of expenses. So this was all just profit. So it's like, I was like, whatever, I'll just go home with this, you know. But it was Claxon Chicken going to McLean's. This one was weird though. It was supposed to be 5 degrees for the first 10 hours, then 20 for the rest of the trip. Also Scotland load. It also was KFC chicken, 30,000 pounds also. Another relatively lighter load. Kind of surprised me, especially since it was told as chicken. Now, I was also being told it was supposed to, what's it? It was supposed to load at like 5 p.m., 5 to 6 p.m. I didn't get to the door till 0300 the next morning. So I mean, I had to run a little harder than I wanted to. So that also took some profit from me, but whatever. I mean, the place wasn't bad. I don't think I'll go again because it wasn't like not generally where I go. I didn't really want to go there. But like I said, then I got to McLean's. I showed up like, when did I show up? 20:30. I was like, hey guys, I'm just trying to go home. I live like 5 hours north of here. Can you get me in early? Because my appointment was at 200 Thursday, right? They're like, oh, well, you see this whole list of pit trucks? We got these guys get first. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put you in a dock, get your doors open, and now we get sleep. I was out of there by fucking 12:30. So 0:30, right? And I said, fucking, I just drove home. Got home and went to sleep. So I had all day Thursday, all day Friday, all day Saturday, and half a Sunday. I left Sunday evening, afternoonish, at 1600. But those who know too is when I go home, usually means I'm heading over to Idaho. Utah becomes a thing more so in the winter, but usually I did head over to Idaho. All right, try to get like Twin Falls to my limit, but it doesn't always work. So and gave up revenue, go home for 3.5 days. I think it was a good trade. I'm not always gonna think it was a good trade, but it was a good week. But I'm ready for winter at this point. Because, like, rates are shit everywhere. I mean, you can't even get loads out of Texas going northeast, right? For more than $1.70 right now. And that's why a lot of people are saying, oh, you're running cheap. It's like, well, you don't understand. I'm 100% spot market right now. I don't really have a choice. Like, this truck is profitable at $1.30, right? I mean, I can... Now, okay, don't confuse a profitable and giving you a paycheck. The truck can be profitable. You getting a paycheck has nothing to do with the truck being profitable. Those are two different expenses. Think of if you're trying to always make sure you get, like, oh, I must have $2,000, right? I always must pay myself $2,000. You're never gonna make it right now in the spot market. If you're doing that, you have some freight, some connections. Like, you're not doing that. Unless it's like something special happened, like winter, right? January, right? With the -2 or 2 negative weeks, right? Cold as weather. And pretty much what happened, right? You have to sacrifice something, right? Like, I'm running at pretty much like $1.80 on average up in the north, right? Where I've been running. Why though? Because it's getting me high 6s to high 7s consistently. Now remember too though, what I put on my gross number on the title is not the actual truck cost of the truck gross, because I lose 12%. All you have to do is add on another 12% onto that rate, that gross, whatever you want to call it. So, but there's only so much you can do. Like, eventually, something's gonna have to happen. Am I happy I have to run this cheap? No, not happy. But if like you can't even get the old reliable ship like coming out of Texas either, going northeast where it's like they used to pay 32 to 38, $4,000, somewhere in that range, right? You can't even get that. $1.80, $1.70, go from there up to there. If everywhere's cheap, that tells you something right there. It's not me. And honestly, if you think just a little on me saying no to, which I say no to a lot of freight anyways. I can't say no to everything, but I do say no to a lot. But if you think me saying no, it's going to be as simple as, oh, Ryan said no, Andy said no, right? So freight is must go up now and rates. No. There's also too many other people also in a situation where they have to run, right? Obviously, if I'm willing to give up 3.5 days of fucking income to go home, I'm not hurting that bad, right? But people like to read into things. Because for some reason, also people think there's a one glove fits all for trucks out here. I guarantee you, the truck to the left of me is cheaper than my truck. But I also guarantee you that this truck is cheaper than the truck to my right. That's the old Cascadia model to my left. Then you got a next gen T680 to the right of me. I guarantee you my cost is in between those. That truck should be paid off. But also, if you're not doing everything in your power anyways to decrease your cost per mile anyway with the current rates, or just rates in period, I mean, I did a month of running at 65, right? I increased my fuel mileage on average by 0.4, and that was all kinds of freight going all over the place. I think in the last 30 days, I think I'm at like 7.3, 7.4, but that's up north, right? Up in more mountainy terrain, which also means I generally pull heavier because generally how it works. If you're going from like the West Coast to like the Great Lakes area, you're gonna have heavier freight. It's imports, right? You're gonna have heavier freight. So I don't know. There's only so much you could do. Like, I would love to be able to average 215, 230 a mile right now. This truck, I'd be rolling in cash. I'd be rolling in it. I wouldn't know what to do myself. But you guys have also noticed I've had more home time this year, right? My plan, like from June, I had a much extended June time, home time in June, and I was not prepared for that one. Because I just spent a lot of money on this truck, right? So I've had to run pretty much the rest of the year, right? But on the trade-off is I've put myself in position to go through the house more often. I just went home for 3.5 days, right? I broke down at home. Benefit me going through the house more often. I got lucky and it broke down. I could have limped that all the way home anyways. It would have been annoying, but I could have. I mean, I kind of did limp it at the last like couple hours. Now, who knows what's going to happen in the winter? But they're also calling for above average snowfall this year, so who fucking knows? I mean, there's so much in the air right now. And I'm also not of the mind that just because a president change or election is going to... Everybody's right now waiting. But just because regardless of election, whoever it is, it ain't going to be a light switch. It's going to take at least 4 to 6 months before anything actually happens. Unless something sparks it. Whether the hurricane actually did do some stabilization. It didn't have the effects people thought it was going to do, but it did do something. But if they're going for above average snowfall, we'll see. I did see what the rates were in 22. Was it 22? Yeah, 22 and going into 23 that winter when everybody was getting hammered with snow. I saw what the rates were doing. For example, one load at Seattle that was going to the East Coast went from $8,000. That's a pretty average fucking winter run from West Coast to the East Coast during the winter. To all of a sudden 10 to 12, 18, 20 because they couldn't move it. It sat there for 2 weeks. Seattle got snowed in for a week. If I wasn't, I would have got this. I would have taken that fucking load. I think it was a Megacorp load too. So Megacorp is a legit brokerage, right? Hey, if those who've been booking their loads since 22, right? In that winter, right? 22, 23. Am I full of shit? You see what I'm talking about in the winter? So, I don't know. Either way, regardless, I'm extremely profitable pretty much, like, I mean, when I say extremely profitable, I mean just more than what I'm doing now. Like, if I'm profitable at 5K, what do you think I'm at profitable at 6, 7, 8? You know, that's what I'm saying, right? I just got to get back up to my area, stay up there, which I have been doing, right? These last 2 weeks are a little different, though. Not really doing, but we'll get back up there. I should have came out of the house probably like Saturday, Sunday, whatever. I mean, honestly, me staying in the house, when I got home, I couldn't. So my woman likes to, you know, use me on his pillow, right? Use my little skinny ass as a pillow, but she likes to lay on my stomach, right? And that's her pillow. First few days, she couldn't really do that for more than like 20 minutes to an hour before I started getting discomfort. I wasn't quite healed up yet, right? I didn't have a lot of symptoms, but I still had discomfort and pain. By Saturday, she was able to. Pretty much by Friday night, she was able to. So I'm fully healed up now. I don't know. And by the time I got to Denver, I needed out of this truck. I needed out of this fucking truck. I need to get in my home, my bed. That way I could chug fluids and not get annoyed. Because let's be honest, stopping to pee every fucking 10 minutes in the truck is very annoying. Could eat whatever I want. I went out and bought 4 pounds of steaks. One for each person. One for my brother, one for my woman, one for me, right? They actually weren't that bad price-wise too, $50. I'm devoured that, right? That's stuff I can't do in the truck, right? I also think the way that I eat and drink at home also helps. Like I keep telling you guys, it doesn't matter what, like, because you guys will never agree, and those who understand, but I'm willing to sacrifice money to go through the house more. And honestly, nobody should have an issue with that. Because what's one things that as a over-the-road truck we all struggle with, and that's home time.